Coming into the provincial championships in Kamloops, the Nordiques were riding high after the city title over the Grizzlies. They had only lost one game all season to the A Division Blackjacks.
You know, after we'd done the playoffs, we knew that, this was going to be a tough, provincials. It always is. Showcases the best teams in BC for a reason. We were confident though. We knew what we had done this year. We had proved immensely from last year. And I was confident that we would give it a great effort.
After starting the tournament off with a 4-4 tie against Winfield, the Nordiques were looking to get into the win column, facing the Surrey Giants at MacArthur Island in their second game. It didn't start well for the boys in baby blue. Tony Tallarico takes a high-sticking penalty 4 seconds into the game. The Giants from Surrey cash in on the man advantage.
Sunder towards the net, tipped, batted home by Matt Peters. 1-0 Giants on a power play goal, just 3:20 into the game.
The Nordiques were shut down early as the Giants took it to them with a structured game. The Giants made it 2-0 a few minutes later, and by the end of the first period, the visitors from Surrey had a 3-goal lead. The second was much of the same, as the Giants shut them down. With 1:41 left in the period, the lead went to 4-0, and the Nordiques were on their heels, stunned in the second game of the tournament with few answers. Going into the third, the Nordiques shake it up. The veterans remain on the bench, and they start double-shifting their top line of Nick Demopoulos, Phil Dillon, and Luca Demore. And they find an answer.
Demore with some pretty moves over to Demopoulos, wide open scores! The Nordiques are on the board, it's 4-1.
Then the Tallarico brothers combine shorthanded to get the Nordiques within 2, a minute and a half later. Still a long way to go, but Dillon and Demore are at it again. This time 1:35 later. Dillon to Demore, sweet goal, and just like that, 3 goals in the span of 3 minutes, 48 seconds to start the period, and we have a game. It stays that way until 5:31 left in the game.
Demopoulos, dipsy doodle dangles at the line, gets past his man, he's got a lane, scores! Nick Demopoulos, and the game's all tied at 4.
The Giants call a timeout, and you'd think this one is going to end in a tie, but the Nordiques do the unthinkable.
Wallinga walking the line, fires on, scores! Dan Wallinga, and the Nordiques have a lead 5-4. Can you believe it?
With 1:33 to go, the Nordiques score the go-ahead and eventual game-winning goal to pull off an epic comeback and potentially save their tournament.
It was a pretty intense game, high energy. Both teams are really skilled, and wow factor, I guess, there.
They were a really structured team, so we kind of had it. We hadn't really played a team like that in a while, so when we kind of got down at the start there, we kind of knew we were in for it, and then we kind of talked on the bench, and we didn't lose belief as a team, and I think that pushed us into the third period there, where they just kind of started getting tired, and we kept playing our game, and then we had some of those explosive plays, a couple odd man rushes, a couple breakaways, and eventually we just broke them down and outwilled them and took it back, so it was awesome.
With an epic comeback in the books, the Nordiques feeling awfully confident moving forward. The second game on Saturday coming mere hours later against Weiserhood from the coast, a win, and they're into semi-final Sunday. In the first game, it was Surrey striking early. This game, it takes the Nordiques only a minute to get on the board.
Dillon at the blue line beats his man in, he scores! Phil Dillon opens the scoring for the Nordiques just over a minute in.
It went to 2-0 for the host team before the end of the first. The DiCostanzo brothers connect. Ethan finishes Nolan's cross-floor pass. Weiserhood claws back in the second with 2 quick goals. 1:50 seconds in, followed by a power play marker to tie it up. 3-3 late in the second, and the Nordiques go ahead.
Ramsey around the net, taking his time up to Fuchs, scores! A howitzer from the top of the left circle, and the Nordiques have the lead once more.
The Nordiques score 3 goals in a minute and 26 seconds to go up 6-3 after 2. They defeat Weiserhood 8-3 to punch their ticket to the semifinal.
I'm so happy I stayed out of the box. I'm so happy the 4 shifts I had were somewhat productive, out of the box, that sort of thing. But hey, boys, we're into the thick shit tomorrow. So let's take her 1 shift at a time and take it to these guys and get into that final.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The semifinal over at Sandman Center Nordiques up against the Goodfellas out of the Premier Ball Hockey League on the coast. The Goodfellas winning 2 and losing 1 during the round robin. The Nords missing veteran Dan Wallinga, done for the tournament with a foot injury. The Nordiques get off to the start they want 21 seconds in.
Demopoulos, oh, what a move, he's in alone, scores! What a goal, Nick Demopoulos, an epic opener, and it's 1-0 Nordiques.
The Goodfellas respond with an early goal of their own, 2 minutes in. Rob Davis puts home the rebound to even the score. Then with 44 seconds left in the first, the Goodfellas take the lead. Hawkar Saeed with a bullet that beats Lentz. Nordiques down 2-1 after 1. In the second, it's all Nordiques, in particular the Demopoulos-Dillon line.
Demore dancing around, gets past his man, shot stopped, rebound, scores! Lucas Demore has tied the game early into the second on another nifty goal.
Demopoulos gets his second of the game. Then it's the Phil Dillon show. He scores the line's third goal in 37 seconds to make it 4-2. Then he scores on back-to-back power plays, including the natural hat trick.
Demopoulos in the corner, spots Dillon wide open, scores! Hammers the one-timer home. Nordiques 6, Goodfellas 2.
Dillon leads the way with 6 points. The whole line combines for 15 points in an 8-5 win to put them in the C Division Championship final. 3 hours after their semifinal win, they were back at it for the title, against familiar foes. The same Surrey Giants team they came back on 24 hours earlier. Could they do it again? That would require a better start than the round-robin meeting. The Nordiques with some more jump than the first meeting. But ultimately, it's the same team scoring first.
Geddert has a step out of the corner, his shot scores! Andrew Geddert goes posting in, and the Giants have first blood in the championship final.
Lentz makes a couple big saves to keep it 1-0. But unlike the first meeting, the Nordiques didn't take 2 periods to get into the game.
Loose ball out front, it gets to Demore, and it's in just across the line, and the Nordiques tie it up.
Then Nathan Tallarico streaking down the wing. He's tripped, but he still roofs the shot to give the hosts a 2-1 lead with under 6 to play in the first. In a game of momentum, the Giants respond, and it's Bobby Gray Wall, the BC Legends player, scoring to even the game again. Bad news for the Nordiques. Steve Wincott injures his knee and would not return, putting the Nordiques down 2 regular D-men the rest of the way. The Giants capitalize. It's Graywall again. Some great hands in tight. He goes post and in on Chris Lentz, and Surrey goes up 3-2 after 1. In the second, Geddert, who opened the scoring, is taken down on a break. It results in a penalty shot. Huge play in the game, but Geddert misses the net, and it stays 3-2 until late in the second. That's when the momentum swings back to the Nordiques. On the power play, it's Demore to Demopoulos, back of the net, and it's a 3-3 game. Then 12 seconds later, the Nordiques regain the lead. Ball comes to Louis Fuchs, and the Kamloops squad has a 1-goal lead going to the third period, a period away from winning a championship on their home floor. But 38 seconds into the third, the Giants' young line comes through to tie it again. It's Taryn Gill top shelf, a perfect shot, and we have a 4-4 game. The Nordiques' top line getting some chances, and Chris Lentz keeping it even with some big saves. But the visitors go ahead.
Peters to Shergill, waiting, passes to Dio, scores! Manny Dio scores, and the Giants have a 5-4 lead with 7:52 to go here in the final.
The Nordiques down 5-4 and down 2 defensemen in tough, but still believing. Luca Demore wraps it around, thinks he scored, but the ref waves it off, and it's still 5-4. Dying minutes, Demore wins a draw. Tyler Ramsey's shot just kicked out by Rico Gill's right pad. Giants have the empty net, but Demopoulos keeps it out to keep the Nordiques alive. An epic last few seconds, but the Giants hold on to win the BC Ball Hockey C Division Championship. Heartbreak for the Nordiques, who come up a goal short of their ultimate goal and have to settle for silver at provincials.
You know what? It always stings when you don't win the last game. I'm sure that's for every sport, but you know, at the end of the year, we had a fantastic season. We went 22-1, and we had a great group of guys, very competitive games, and we're a close group. So it was a fun year. And like I said, we're going to the Nationals. We're super happy with that. But yeah, it stings right now to lose the last game.